and welcome to Winnipeg. It is still dark outside. That's why I got my curtains closed. If I had my curtains open, I think I mentioned this before, when it's dark outside and my curtains are open and I got the lights on the model table, yeah, I'm all lit up here and people would be driving by and thinking I got some sort of a grow up going on here. Anyway, we are pretty much the same way as we were when we shut down yesterday early afternoon. And we're going to try and get some ladders on. That should be fairly easy. And also maybe a little bit of railing. At least that's the plan for this morning. And my hope for today is that we're going to have some sunshine. It's pretty cloudy over the bridge right now. I don't think we're going to have a sunrise. It's not up anyway. We'll see how it goes. We'll know by the end of the day, won't we? Let's get going here and get some of these glued on. I think that's the next thing here. Yeah, moving from left to right, the next thing we come to here is the ladder, D9. Okay. You know what? I haven't bent the treads on the ladders yet. Okay, as long as we're composed this way, this ladder has to go right here. Something like this. And yeah, that fits okay. Notice here, excuse me, where we clear coated these ladders on yesterday. You can't see the clear coat at all. I'm hoping that when I'm mounting the main turret on, that it's not going to catch on the top here and pry this off, if you know what I mean. I don't think it will. I think it's gonna just be on the inside. Okay, so let's bend these, and every time I bend ladders on the Iowa kit here, somebody will comment to tell me I'm bending the treads the wrong way. So we're going to talk about that. Let's just set it down on the green cloth here and recompose. I was going to try and hold this down with my finger like this, but then I'm going to pretty much block the vision. Now this may not work either. But what we want to do is bend each tread so that it is 90 degrees to this part of the ladder, this when the ladder is up at an angle of more than 45 degrees against the superstructure like this, you want to have the treads horizontal. Now, I'm going to be bending them this way, like this. Oh, shoot. That's the wrong way. Okay, it's probably going to break off now. No, it didn't. Okay, now I'll get the next one. It might not be a perfect 90 degrees. as I've mentioned before, a person has to be very careful not to accidentally grab two at the same time. See if maybe I should angle this a little better for you. You know what? Maybe I should have the macro lens on for the last 5 here. Is it 5? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. Okay, I've got it twisted around. And I think if I use Tony's tweezer here very gently just to hold it down, I don't want to press down too hard or I'm going to flatten my treads back out. And we're going to come at this just a little bit differently here. Trying not to scratch it, but I guess I did, didn't I? Now these may not be bent quite enough. They're about 45 degrees and they probably should be about 60 degrees. All right, now you are going to notice that yes, they're bent at the right angle, so a person could actually, walk down the ladder. However, they are sort of sticking out the bottom of the stringer, and they should be between the stringer, not sticking at the bottom. And if I was to bend them the other way, I think the easiest way to show you my problem is to go to the computer, and on CorelDRAW I'll draw a very crude representation of this ladder and show what happens if I try to bend them the other way, so that the treads will be between the stringer instead of kind of hanging down. Because I just know somebody's getting all ready to comment. I get this same comment every time when I bend the Iowa ladders. I don't remember having this problem with the ladders on the Bismarck, Rodney, or Hood. Now, maybe it's because my memory's going. Okay, I realize that this is not my best drawing, but I think you should be able to see that what we have here is the deck, some superstructure where you would go up the ladder onto the next deck. Okay, and of course this represents the railing, just for perspective. Now these represent the treads, the way they are in the part before we bend them. Now the idea is we want to have the tread horizontal so that when the person steps down onto it, he doesn't slip off. All right, now here's the problem. What Trumpeter has gone and done is, instead of, let me just zoom in on this tread right here, okay, if I can. Okay, what Trumpeter has done is, instead of having the connection up here so that you can take the tread and bend it up 45 degrees so that it will be level, they've gone and stuck the connection down on this end. So in order to have it 45 degrees, I have to grab it here and twist it down like this. Now I've only bent this connection 45 degrees. Now, yes, I could go all the way around the other way and still have it horizontal, but what I have found happens is that, okay, let's put it back. Okay, this is the way it is before I bend it. If I go the other way, it's going to go 45, 90, and approximately 135 degrees. Okay, now it's in the right place, but this connection has bent a lot. It's gone all the way around, and I find that this connection has a tendency to break. It just can't take that much twisting. Because not only is it going twisting around 135 degrees instead of just 45, it also had the fact that the two sills were bent together. So there's just a whole lot of bending going on there, and this little connection, it just can't stand up to it. So that's why with these ladders, the the uh, the the connection's in the wrong place. Now, as best I remember, with the Bismarck and so on, the connection was up here so that you could grab hold of it and go like this. Okay, so that's why I do it the way I do it. Otherwise, I'm going to end up with a bunch of broken treads off. Um, well, that's my excuse, and I'm sticking to it. I guess I was out a little bit over an hour altogether on the bikes yesterday. I first went out on the scooter, but I hadn't gone very far, and I noticed there seemed to be some sort of drizzle forming on the front of my visor. So I came back. I don't need to get wet. Don't need to do it that bad. But later on, I went out on the e-bike, and I was out, I'm guessing, close to an hour. And it went pretty good. It was cold, but good. So, if you were wondering why it is I've got my treads bent the wrong way, well, this is why. I think this ladder is supposed to go as close to the edge of the turret as reasonably possible. At least that's what I'm getting from the manual. Now, I think that I'm going to just take this out and re-grab it. I think the top of the stringer is supposed to just sort of go over top of the deck here and just sort of hook on it. Like that. Okay, let's not mess with it. Now, about that illustration that I did in CorelDRAW, I did something similar to that probably 100 episodes ago. But clearly people didn't see it because, as I mentioned, people are commenting. Now, I'm noticing that there's a fair amount of dust on my deck here. And I think what's happening is the rabbit is forgetting to wipe its feet when it gets on the deck. Anyway, I'm going to have to go around this whole thing afterwards very carefully with the airbrush and and sort of blow these little spots off. You can't see them, but I'm seeing a whole bunch of little, well, it's probably the rabbit. Okay, I'm going to try and get a little bit of glue just on this is CA thin, by the way. Okay, now the other stringer, which is pulled itself out from the top deck there. Let's put a little bit on and then push it back. Like that. Now, here's my pointing stick here to just push it back in place. I think I've got it. Yeah, I think when that cures, I don't know, could this maybe go down just a little bit here? No, I should have left it alone. I've got to try and straighten it out here on the bottom. I'm just making it worse, aren't I? Now I got to shove it down. Maybe I'll use this end. It doesn't want to go. Okay, where's the other holder downer? Try and get the, whoops. Just pull it back out just a little bit. I'm going to break the gun off if I'm not careful. Okay, that's not right. It's just getting worse. The more I go at it, the worse I'm making it. That's not right. You know what? I'm going to have to move the camera out of the way. It's just, I just can't get in there. The lens is, just right back here. Well, I finally got it. I'll move you in here a little bit and you'll be able to see it. I'm not going to use the macro lens because then you'll see it's not perfect. I don't think I'll probably video when we have to put the second one on because it was just too hard. The camera was just right in front of me here, and I just couldn't get in. Anyway, I'll move you in here. It is what it is. Okay, we did our ladder, the D9. Now moving to the right. The next piece is the B24. And the B24 is the short one. Okay, and it has to have a slight bend in it. Okay, it looks like... Okay, the bend actually goes... Okay, let me zoom in just a little bit here. Now, we've got a short piece here, and then, okay, so we go in three long sections and make our bend right there. And where this has to go, let me zoom you back out a bit, is right along here. Okay. I'm going to want to turn this up like that, because I want you probably can't see it back from where you are, but there are little, I guess you call them like, these posts, they protrude up above the top rail very, very slightly. So I think I can probably get it to stick onto the deck a lot better if I have the rail right down there rather than having it being held up a little bit in the air. A little fluffy or something going on here. Okay, probably that rabbit. Okay, let's do that. Let's put our bend right. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So we'll put our bend right there. I don't think I'll use Andy's bender for that. I think I'll just use my photo etch plier. I don't think it matters which one I use here. And we're probably going to have to do a little bit of trial and error here. It doesn't have to bend very much, just a little bit. Okay, let's put it down on its edge now. Maybe I should recompose a little bit here. Let's just try this and see how did I do here. Okay, it has to bend a little bit more. Let's try that. That is pretty close. It's bent maybe just a little bit too much. I'll tweak it and then we'll... I'm probably going to use the holder downer to hold it down and then just touch CA glue along the same way I did the other 3 ships. I know there's probably a much more delicate way of doing it, but that's the way I do it. Okay, I think I've opened it up just a little bit here. It is almost perfect right now. Let me zoom in a bit here. Oh, Okay. Now maybe the way to go here is to glue this post up against this gun tub, and then I can glue the middle post down. That is if I could get the whole thing to go just a tiny bit to the right. I guess that's as right as it's going to go. Yeah, that looks really good. Maybe it could come out to the edge here just a little bit. It's too far in towards the planking. If I put my fingers like this so it won't fall off, and then try and work it out. Oh, I do it every time, don't I? Try to make it better, and I make, okay, there, that is, well, this section is good. This section is good. So why don't we just try and drop some, maybe I should see if I can get the holder downer to just rest on there, because I'm afraid that when I go to touch it with the applicator, the railing is going to stick to the applicator. Yeah, just let me recompose here. Now, I guess it's kind of good that we have days like this for the sunrise, because it really makes you appreciate it when it's nice. Yep, this morning it was, you might say, cold and damp and gray. Nothing spectacular to show you today. Okay, now that I'm moved in really close, do you notice right here, there's almost something like this rail is supposed to actually butt up against that thing. I wonder if I could put my finger right here to hold it and just pull everything out and to the right. Oh, for heaven's sakes. Okay, where's the holder downer? Let's try this again here. I can hook into it and pull it out. I wonder, maybe if I was to reach from the top. Oh, for heaven's sakes. I'm going to end up bending this thing. That's what's going to happen. I didn't want to use these metal tweezers because they are going to scratch the rail. I should have left it the way it was. Why can't I pull that back? What did I just break? Nothing that I can see. Okay, there. Now, if I could get a little bit of glue right there and just let it cure. Did it look like it's wicking its way down the post? think I got it. At least enough that once it cures, it'll stay there when I move. You don't try and do something else. Okay, you're going to recognize the holder downer coming into play here. Get it to hold that down. Now, can I pull this post back just a little bit? It seems like there's there's sort of like a little natural lip there that if I could get the rail, I'm going to push it. Oh, I bumped the holder downer. Always something goes wrong. There. Okay. Try and come in from the back. I think I got it. I'd like to have seen it flowing, but yeah, I'm pretty sure I got it. And maybe a sniff of curing agent. Now I know it looks like the railing to the left has slipped off, but that's okay. We can push that back on. We'll do that once this cures. Okay, I'm guessing about an hour has passed here now. Okay, let's pull this out a bit here, this way. Okay, try not to break off the guns. And we'll set this back down. Like that. Alright. Well, maybe I could kill two birds with one stone here. Let's do it like this. There. Okay, it's maybe a little further in than I had wanted. See if I could pull it back out. There. Okay, let's let that cure. And once again, a sniff of curing agent. Oh, that's a pretty big sniff. That should be enough. I think that's dark stain that's forming on the planking there, that'll disappear. Wouldn't it be nice if I could say, I think I see blue sky coming, but I don't. But I'm going to quit anyway. Thanks for watching, everybody. All being well, we're going to see you tomorrow.